Hello, thank you for checking out A1 Math, and today we're looking at how to solve linear equations within a word problem. So linear equations a lot of times are in y equal mx plus b format, slope intercept. And when working a word problem that's in linear equation form like this, what you want to do is label every single piece. There's 4 pieces to this, y, m, x, and b. And we want to label each one of those within the word problem. So this is how we're going to do it. So here it says, suppose the water level of the river is 34 feet and it's receding at a rate of 0.5 feet per day. It says, write an equation for the water level L after D days. And how many days will the water level be 26 feet? All right, so let's take a look. All right, so as you can see, it's probably the easiest thing to do is find out B, where it begins. So the water level begins at 34 feet. So I'm going to put B right here. B for 34 feet. Next thing is, how is it moving? It's moving 0.5 feet per day. So it's going to be multiplied against 0.5 feet per day. So right here, I'm going to label that my M. All right, now, understand that it's rescinding. So this is going to be a negative 0.5. So my slope is going to be negative, which put a little minus there. All right, so I've got my B and my M. The next thing I want to find is my X and my Y. X is going to represent the independent and Y is going to represent the dependent. It's probably easier to figure out the dependent first. So the dependent means what is being changed, what is depending on something else. Where it says write an equation for the water level after D days. The water level comes after the days. So the days has to happen first, meaning that the water level is dependent on the days. So our water level here is going to be our Y, and D days is going to be our X. So now I'm going to write the equation with that, okay? So that's going to be Y equal mx plus b, but now I'm going to plug in everything I have, okay? My Y is going to be L water level. My slope is my negative 0.5. My X is going to be D days. And my y-intercept is where I begin, plus 34. All right, now if I've got the equation written, now I just got to solve whatever question it's asking. Where it says, in how many days will the water level be 26 feet? So it's asking the question, if the water level was 26 feet, how many days would that take? So the thing that's known is the water level. The thing that's not known is the feet. I'm sorry, it's the days. So I'm going to plug in that 26 into my equation. And then solve from there. So now I'm going to go ahead and solve. I'm going to go ahead and try to get this t by itself by subtracting 34. On both sides. That's going to give me a negative 8. Equal to negative 0.5d. Now to get this d by itself, I'm going to divide by 0.5. Negative 0.5 at that. And 8 divided by negative 0.5, or negative 8 divided by negative 0.5 is positive 16. So in 16 days, our water level would be 26 feet. Okay, go ahead and take a look at this example here and see if you can answer the question. Okay, now this one says for babysitting, Nicole charges a flat fee of $3 plus $5 per hour. Write an equation for the cost C after after H hours of babysitting. What do you think the slope and the y-intercept represent, and how much money will she make if she babysits for 5 hours? So let's take a look. So what we want to do is label each one of these 4 letters and find it within the context of the word problem. So we'll take a look and see here that the code charges a flat fee of $3. So here's that flat fee. That's where you're going to end up beginning. So this right here is our B. Okay. And right here where you have per hour, we're going to end up with $5 per hour. So that's what we're going to multiply by since it's per hour. So that's going to be our M. All right. Now we just got to find our independent and dependent and label those for our X and our Y. Well, this is write the equation for the cost after the hours of babysitting. So you don't know the cost until you know the hours of babysitting. So the cost here, C, is going to be our dependent. And after the hours here, let me just change that to X or Y. So that's going to be our Y. And H hours here, that's going to be our X here. So now I'm going to plug in everything right into this equation, Y equals MX plus B, just as it goes here. So the Y is going to be C. The M slope is going to be 5. We're going to multiply against X, which is H hours. And then we're going to add in B, the y-intercept, which is $3. Okay, now we're going to figure out what the cost is after 5 hours of babysitting. So now the 5 hours here, since it's hours and we know hours, we're not going to plug it in for the cost. We're going to plug it for the hours so we can figure out what the cost is. So we're going to write here C is equal to 5 times 5 plus 3. Okay, so cost is equal to 25 plus 3. And so after 5 hours, she's going to make $28. Okay. So as you can see, labeling it, circling, saying what is what, it makes it easier to digest the whole word problem. Let's take a look at another example. Take a look at this example and see if you can solve this one. Okay, on this one, I'm going to go through the whole question here and say a plumber charges $25 for a service call plus $50 per hour of service. Write an equation in slope-intercept form for the cost C after H hours of service. What would be the total cost for 8 hours of work? And then find out the total cost for 10 hours of work. So we're going to go through here and we're going to label and try to find every single piece of our Y equal MX plus B. All right, so here it says a plumber charges $25 for the service call. So before he does anything, he's going to charge $25. So that's what he's going to begin with. So I'm going to try to circle this here. All right, and that's going to be my B. All right. Then he's going to charge $50 per hour. All right, and that's going to be my M. All right, now I just got to find my independent and dependent. What happens after what? Okay, so let's write an equation in slope-intercept form for the cost after H hours. So the cost again here, that's going to be my Y. After H hours, spot to put that is my X. Okay, so I'm going to place everything here in those spots there. All right, so over here, I'm going to go ahead and write the equation out. Matter of fact, I'm going to write it right here. So for Y, I'm gonna put C. For M, I'm gonna put 50. For X, I'm gonna put H. And for B, I'm gonna put 25. Okay. Now, it says, what would the total cost be after 8 hours of work? So I'm gonna do that one first. So I'm gonna plug in the 8 hours into my formula. So that's gonna be C is equal to 50 times 8 plus 25. Right? And I keep working it from there, and I have C is equal to 400 plus 25, and C is equal to 425. All right, so in 8 hours, he's gonna make $425. Let's figure out how much he'll make in 10. So we'll plug it to the same formula. C is equal to 50 times 10 plus 25. All right, now they will have C is equal to 500 plus 25, and C is equal to 525. Okay, so after 8 hours, you get $425, and after 10 hours, you get $525. $525. So this is solving a linear equation and word problems. Again, it makes it easier if you label each piece and tell you to say what it is. So find your B, find your Y, find your H, or sorry, find your X, and find your M, and plug those in so it makes it extra easy to solve the problem. And I want to thank you for checking out A1 Math, and have a nice day.